That one egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
It's still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for pee.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Plotty Time, the podcast that isn't sponsored by Fallout, but came here to just talk about that TV show.
Fallout.
We've got Sir Chump Slap here. Say hi, Sir Chump Slap.
Hi, Sir Chump Slap.
Yeah, I'll learn how to talk to during this, I swear.
Nah,
Just gotta get warmed up.
I'm going to get drunker.
That'll help. But, you know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Here we go. Let's talk about Fallout. I figured we're gonna talk about the Fallout TV show, but I also thought it was important, or I don't know, at least worthy of note, to kind of let people know where you and I are at with this series before we even
Right. Yeah.
talk about the show.
We need to pad the runtime a little bit. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, absolutely. I found Fallout from Dr. Scientist, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I think I remember vaguely when the PC games came out, because I was kind of playing PC games around that time. I think I remember seeing like the box, like the Brotherhood of Steel guy.
Yeah.
But not really knowing what that was all about. I was more into like Tomb Raider and like Command and Conquer around that time.
What was Fallout? 97? The first one
The first
came
one
out?
was 97. I think the second was 98. I never heard about those. I don't know if you did.
No, I didn't. I wasn't really into gaming that much back then.
No, you weren't cool. That's okay. You just said that.
Yeah, Fallout 3 came out, and that's when I got back into it. This one. I started playing Fallout 3.
Yeah, same here. That I got turned onto it by Dr. Scientist. He was playing it at the time and said, you got to try it. And I'm like, I don't know. It really doesn't. It's an RPG. It doesn't seem like my thing. Like, I don't know. And he's like, you got to try it. So I started playing it. And I'm sure you remember the first like hour and a half of that game is boring as shit. You're just in the vault.
Right.
And I was like, dude, this really sucks. Like, I don't like this game at all. And he's like, no, just keep playing to get out of the vault. Just keep playing. So I was like, fine. So I just forced myself through it, got to the vault. I'm like, now what? He's like, whatever you want.
Whatever the hell you want, man.
I'm like, what do you mean do whatever I want? No, there's got to be a place to go. He's like, is there? You can go to any direction. I'm like, what is going on? This doesn't make any sense. I'm used to a shooter where I go down a hallway and shoot everybody. When they're all dead, a door opens. That's what I'm used to at this point.
Yeah. Where's the story? This isn't Halo 3. Halo 3 tells you where to fucking go.
Exactly. It blinks real big. So, yeah. And then I fell in love with Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And then New Vegas came out and I jumped right into that.
Yeah, I've been a day one fanboy since.
Yeah.
Except for like tactics or
I don't think they even talk about that.
yeah, or the Vault Builder. I tried the game on your phone, but I couldn't do it.
I think I tried it when it first came out. It's been out for years, right? Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, man. It's been out. I don't even want to pretend I have any idea.
Hey, man, Simpsons Tapped Out is still out here releasing shit. And I was
Is
saying
it
that in,
really?
like 07. I mean, Jesus Christ, these games got legs.
That's
But
fucking crazy.
So yeah, I would like to revisit New Vegas again too, because it's been so long. And I remember when I played it on PS3, I didn't have the best experience because it was the load times
Glitchy as fuck.
It was glitchy as fuck. The load times were crazy. I remember doing the final mission on the Hoover Dam, and it just crashing, just like frame rate stuttering.
Yeah, I couldn't beat the game for the longest time.
Yeah, it just crashed all over the place. It seems everyone who's in the series since the beginning loves like New Vegas and thinks New Vegas is the best. And if you joined at 3, you think 3's the best.
Really? I don't know. 3's just solid.
This is the thing. This is kind of what I want to play New Vegas. I won't get too far into this. We got a whole fucking show to talk about. But from what I read, I saw a video essay from H Bomber guy, big YouTuber. You probably have no idea who I'm talking about.
No.
But that's okay. He does 2 big videos, like 2 hour, 45-minute, 2 hour long videos each. One about why Fallout 3 sucks and why New Vegas is great. And I watched his New Vegas video, and he compared it to Fallout 3, and I started to get like blurry. I was like, wait, do all the great things I remember, like the weird side missions, was that all New Vegas?
Really?
So I was like, I don't know. I got to look at, that's why I want to play New Vegas again. But I think I'm still going to prefer probably 3 because, you know, I live here now.
Yeah, I don't know. 3 was just my footstep into this crazy world of Fallout and really open world RPGs.
Yeah, same. You kept kind of going down that path. I kind of.
Well, like Skyrim. And,
That's true. I never would have played Skyrim probably if I didn't play this.
yeah, exactly.
Never. I would never. I think the only reason I played Skyrim is because you and Scientists wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And like, it was a huge game, very popular. Everyone loved it. And I was like,
Right.
I got to try this, I guess.
Right. It's the guys who did Fallout, man, but it's fantasy.
I hated fantasy.
Me too.
I never liked any fantasy thing, ever.
Fantasy can suck it, man. Like Lord of the Rings, fuck out of here.
I don't want to do, like, there's no fantasy in my head where I'm like, man, I would like to be in a sword fight. Like, that's just not there. I don't know what to say.
No, I could just imagine body odor and just personal hygiene back then. Like the fantasy, it doesn't smell good to me. You know what I mean?
No. Let's move on. Let's Fallout 4. We played that then. Both, I enjoyed Fallout 4. I know it got a lot of criticism at the time, and there are definitely things wrong with the game. Things that it was also very similar to 3 and 4. Like, I don't think it innovated enough, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it.
I should play it again. I haven't played that since release, I don't think.
I've been running through it again. I've been talking about it on the pod, and I've been enjoying it. You know, still doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I could use an itch for this after this show. So what the hell?
Oh, good segue. You played Fallout 76. I don't think we want to talk about that. Really.
I had a fun time playing it for a long time,
And you were playing it while we were doing this podcast.
Really?
Like, I remember you do. Yeah, I remember us talking about it. So go back there, listen to, I don't know, episode 3 from 2019.
yeah, for real. Holy shit.
I remember definitely one time there was a story where you went back to it and you went with people and tried to fight this boss and used all of your ammo and all of your weapon. And you're like, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know if the boss was glitched or what, but yeah, it sucked.
Too bullet spongy.
Way too bullet spongy.
But yeah. So then I never played 76. I hear it's fun for single players now.
Can you just play offline now?
I don't know. I have to look into it. Hey, if you out there know for sure, open a thread on the fucking subreddit. I dare you.
Yeah, let's call it Fallout thread.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or it's in this. You could do it in the YouTube when we post that episode. You could do it there too.
You could do, yeah.
Let's just talk about it, you know?
Yeah, let's get some interactions here.
Yeah, come on, guys. We're cool. We're totally cool.
We're so fucking cool.
But okay, so getting into the show finally. Before, like, I remember, I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I should, if I cared enough, I'd go back and pull those clips. But
Yeah, fuck that.
there was definitely, I guarantee there was an episode where I brought that up, that they were doing a Fallout show, and we were all like, probably like,
Yeah, cautiously optimistic is how I'd describe us.
yeah, just being like, I hope it's good. That was kind of our feeling at the time. And I remember the sets like leaking out, like the front of the mart.
Yeah.
And I remembered a couple of those, like,
Get a couple
pictures
photos
hitting online.
of what's going on, and you're like, oh my God, that looks good.
You're like, oh, it looks pretty close. And then they released the trailer, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it looks great.
I'd love to play a game with those type of graphics.
Oh, that'd be sick. PlayStation 5 Pro, probably.
Yeah, soon.
Any day now.
Yeah, I don't know. It nailed the fucking look. There's no arguing that. They just, every little stupid thing.
And I thought it was very interesting. They nailed it so hard that there's no way that they weren't using the video games as reference. You know what I mean? Like, they could have just went to a vintage shop and got like 50s appliances, and we would have been like, oh, it feels like Fallout. It feels like the 50s a little bit, I guess. You know, whatever. The point gets made. But no, they built all that shit. Toasters in that show look like the fucking toasters in Fallout. Like, there are so many.
I bet they probably were 3D printed straight from there.
But yeah, they already have the 3D model.
Because they had the like covers of magazines straight from Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, like, but you could. I mean, I'm sure someone has like the image file somewhere. I'm sure that like making presses of that for like effects houses. They probably have the machine there. They probably can whip out fucking 500 sugar bomb boxes in 10 minutes.
I know, it's so cool.
But I would love one. Send me one, Amazon, please.
Send me some sugar bombs.
Yeah, everything looked great, especially the scene when oh man, Maximus was getting all coddled in the vault with all the food and stuff. Like that made me think.
Yum yum deviled eggs.
Yum yum deviled eggs. I mean, there's so many great fake brands.
That's the grossest thing, though. Deviled eggs in the fucking apocalypse.
I never even thought about that, but you're probably right. That does sound really gross.
They're not refrigerated, dude.
No. And I don't even know what a fancy lad snack cake is, but I
think it's a fucking Twinkie. That's how it survived.
maybe that would make sense.
Yeah.
Man, what else? We don't need to get into the brand names, but they had them. They had them in the show. They were great. Before the show, I was just like, I hope it's good. And then once they cast Walton Goggins, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I was like, either they're calling in a lifeline or it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, you can go back, you can listen to us praise Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Often. Big fan. And he nailed this. He nailed this out. He nails everything he does, really. But
dude, he steals every scene he's in.
Yeah, everything I can think that he's in, I feel like he's the best character. Like Baby Billy, I mean. Fucking Baby Billy is fantastic. He is such a big, insane character in a world filled with big, insane people, and he sticks out.
Yeah. He just, I don't know. He just nails it. He's the best actors of our time.
I agree.
I'll have to go with
I agree. Starring in the show was Ella Purnell, which I did not know her at all before this.
Was she
I think I'd
from
heard
anything?
the name. She has been in some stuff. She plays a character, Lucy McLean, in this. She had previously, like very recently, they released the show Invincible, where she was a voice on that, like one of the main stars on that.
Oh, really?
But everyone knows her kind of from Yellow Jackets, very popular show.
Oh, shit. I never did watch that.
I hear it's very good. She was also in Army of the Dead, that Zack Snyder one with the zombies in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember her from that. I don't think.
No, but she's out here. She's working.
Well, she was in Kick-Ass too?
She was in Kick-Ass too, but I think she was one of the throwaway other superheroes.
Yeah, probably.
I don't remember. I think I've seen Kick-Ass too like once.
Yeah, either way, I was like, I'm glad I didn't know her from something because that might have taken away from,
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, absolutely. I know like a couple people who have watched Yellow Jackets, and they said they were going to watch Fallout because she was in Fallout. So
yeah.
I thought that was a good sign.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So I think she nails it. Like starting as the character who is like in this bubble of the vault.
Yep, she's just in happy-go-lucky vault dweller.
Yeah, just spending all his time with her dad.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Yeah, just like, I'm going to get out there. This whole okie dokie, her catchphrase, I thought that was fantastic. And the way that evolved.
Like fucking Flanders.
Yeah, like okie dokie. And then it was kind of like, ooh, a little cheeky on her wedding night, okie dokie, which ended up to be horrific. But
yeah, that was
that was rough. And then like when she turns it around and joins the fight and like starts protecting her people, because she had like fight training or stuff, I guess they kind of like prepared her a little bit.
Well, yeah, everyone's got their special. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Their points.
I love how they added that. Like the references, the little references they did to the game were all. I never felt like it was too much.
Really?
I mean, I could see the argument for that. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, there's that one line where he's like, "Oh, get sidetracked by bullshit." I was like, "Come on, man."
I thought that was great. I loved it. I don't know. I don't know. I just loved it.
I liked it the first time. I was like, yeah, haha. But then when I watched it the second time, I'm like, that line doesn't even fucking really make that much sense in that scene.
No, in that context?
Yeah. And it's like, it's obviously
context?
just there to fucking be a cheeky, like, hey, you guys know what we're talking about. But
like, I assume they did this on purpose, but when the Brotherhood of Steel, their lackeys, I forget what they called them, what position they were.
And they were initiates in the game, right?
They might have been initiates. I just remember there being like knights and scribes. That's the only two I remember.
Yeah, the people who want to be scribes.
Hey, everyone. It's Poppascotch from the future. So I actually did it. I went back and I found the clip where we first talked about the Fallout TV show that was coming to Amazon Prime. It was from the episode Killer 7, which originally aired back in July 16th, 2020. I just briefly searched the internet of when the first inklings of the show came out. It was around the beginning of July, so I just went through the episodes around there in July 2020. Kind of fucking crazy. It took almost 4 years for this thing to come out, but pandemic, what do I know? It's where we first talk about it. It's where we make jokes about the show glitching. You'll see. It's not super riveting, but I thought it was fun to include. So you're going to listen to that, and then we're going to kick you back to the episode. I love you. Then we have another piece of entertainment news before we get into our one piece of ridiculous speculation.
Bethesda announces a partnership with Amazon Prime to create a Fallout television show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Being the showrunners are Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, who did Westworld. So,
Okay, maybe.
Is it going to be set in the Capital Wasteland?
there's no details, just that there's a Fallout TV show. They said they wanted to take some of the seriousness of 1 and 2, but also add some of the sillier elements of Fallout. So I guess we'll see.
So it's going to be like X-Files with one of those crazy episodes in there.
Those are the best
Probably.
ones, though.
Yeah.
I was reading a Reddit thread where they were talking about this news, and someone was downvoted into oblivion, and you click on it and it says, well, excuse me for not for wondering if something by Bethesda is actually going to be good now. Like,
It's going to glitch out your fucking
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
yeah, one of the articles about it said there is no confirmation about people glitching through floors or all of your progress being deleted. so awesome.
But yeah, she was great. Absolutely fantastic. And then her dad being Kyle MacLachlan. I mean,
Oh, come on. Kyle
on.
MacLachlan in fucking power armor.
that was... I never... If you would have told me that before I'd seen anything about this show whatsoever, I'd be like, this is shit. This is going to be terrible. Are you kidding me? And then I saw in context, I'm like, this is the greatest moment of television history.
Imagine seeing that picture and like,
Was that in the trailer? I don't remember if it was in the trailer.
I don't think it was, but just like to see the picture of him and like when you first see it or something.
Yeah.
Like, what
But
the
yeah,
hell
if you
is
haven't
that?
seen... If you haven't seen Twin Peaks, that's a great Kyle MacLachlan property.
Fuck yeah.
But he's always good. Like I've never seen him and been like, ugh, he's in it. Never.
Yeah, like he's always in good fucking shit.
And Maximus was played by another actor who I didn't know before this, a guy by the name of Aaron Moten.
Yeah,
Martin?
I don't know what the hell he's from.
I don't recognize any of his previous credit. He was in that Father Stew movie with fucking Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, didn't see that.
Oh, he did have a stint on the show Disjointed, the one about the marijuana family.
Oh,
Netflix,
yeah,
I
never
believe.
watched that either.
I didn't either. But he's been around. I thought he did great too. I thought he did a great job of like that naive boy, but yet still kind of aware of his surroundings. Like he knows what the world is like out there.
I don't like how they made him like he doesn't know what sex is.
That was a little confusing, especially when earlier, like the dude was jacking off.
Yeah, he's 20 or so, I assume, somewhere around 20 something.
Yeah, he's got to be around there.
And he's like, when she comes on to him and he's talking about it's like a pimple, it gets really hard and just explodes. Like,
Yeah, I see what they were going with that, but I didn't think that was really great.
that just makes the fucking Brotherhood look stupid as shit.
I mean, they kind of are.
Kinda, but they should know.
But yeah, I know
that.
what you mean. It's like too stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand what you mean. I mean, like they have women in the Brotherhood of Steel, like they exist, and they do like roles. Like there were plenty of scribes that were women, and there were knights that were women. Like this
Yeah.
shouldn't be a
And they
crazy
eventually
idea.
are gonna have to breed, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. Like they
They
wouldn't be
should want
completely
to
ignorant
teach
of it.
that. Yeah.
Plus, you got to think too, like if their main recruitment method is kids they find getting indoctrinated into their organization, like some of those kids are going to know about sex and they're going to tell everybody they
Yeah,
know.
and they're
so it
kids.
shouldn't be. I mean, I saw again. They're trying to show like how he's naive in some ways. Like he may be prepared and ready to deal with the wasteland because he never seems unconfident out there.
Incompetent.
You know what I mean? Like not confident. Or
Oh, I thought you
incompetent.
meant not competent. Yeah, yeah.
No, he never looked not confident out there.
Yeah, yeah.
He looked like he knew how to handle himself there, but at the same, or at least portray that. But you could always see, like, especially when he got to that vault, like that I was talking about earlier, like things that are small, domestic, anything domestic, really. He's like, what the fuck is this all about?
Yeah, he just grew up in a paramilitary boot camp.
Yeah, like basically feral.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what? Like they were feral children smoking cigs at like 8.
All they were just taught what technology was and to gather it and bring it back.
How did you feel about that line? There's a line where they're walking down Maximus and, oh man, I can't remember her character's name.
Thaddeus.
Titus at the time, really Maximus, walking down the tunnel with Lucy. And she's like, wait a minute. So you're saying you guys use old world technology in order to get old world technology to make sure nobody else gets old world technology? which is like a major fan nitpick about the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, well, when you say it like that, it's kind of still, and that's when something happens.
No, yeah. Well, it's true. The Brotherhood of Steel is just weird.
It is true, but I kind of liked it as it was fan service without being fan service.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if he just tells this other character who knows nothing about the Brotherhood of Steel what they do, it's not insane that person's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And then
it's like,
runs
wait,
it back at him. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
You guys pick up toaster ovens.
And then Walton Goggins, we talked briefly on him, but I mean, he really nails it as the ghoul.
Dude, my favorite casting was, what the fuck's his name? Michael Rappaport. That was a perfect role for him, just to die.
Was he Titus?
Yeah.
I do. I didn't even know that was him. I saw his face and I'm like, that looks like Michael Rappaport. And then he said, this is all going to be your fault. I'm like, wait, that sounds like Michael Rappaport. This guy sounds a lot like him.
No,
I never put that together.
That was perfect role for him. He's like, you fucking suck. You're the worst.
It is Michael Rappaport. Dude, that is the perfect amount of Michael Rappaport I want in my entertainment.
Exactly. I was like,
You know what? I'm going to say it, and this might be a controversial take. I don't care. That's also the exact amount of Fred Armisen I want in my entertainment.
Yes. I was just, that was the one note I had. Like, Fred Armisen, really? But yeah.
There are certainly things that I see Fred Armisen in where he makes me laugh my ass off. Like, I don't dislike him. I don't dislike what he does. But the majority of the time when he pops up and just does improv, like, it's just, there are times when he goes too goofy.
No, this was perfect. Like,
but
goofy.
This was absolutely perfect. Like, he nails it. He nails how, where he's like, people take things very seriously, but the whole thing is very goofy.
Yeah. He just listens to banjo music or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, but like violin, whatever it was, violin or so. And he, that's right, because he's on the radio earlier. He was like, only fiddles all the time.
Yeah. Like, that sounds like a DJ I'd probably listen to if I was playing a game, you know, just on the radio in there.
Absolutely. Again, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And then even the supporting cast, like Matt Berry, who played the voice of Mr. Handy, which is fucking amazing.
Dude, love Matt Berry and everything he does.
Love everything he does. Love seeing him. This might be the one where I wish there was a little more of him, but I think I say that about everything Matt Berry's in.
That's true. But they might, I don't know, maybe there'll be some flashback party scenes. But
oh, yeah, we'll get to that later in the episode, our predictions for season 2.
Oh.
Also, the last actor I want to talk about, Johnny Pemberton, the guy who played Thaddeus. I remember him forever. He's been in like 100 million things. I think he was one of the nerd kids in
21 Jump Street. Yes.
He's been in TV all over the place. I don't know if you ever watched Superstore at all.
No.
But he plays a guy by the name of Bo who's trying to be a rapper. So he shows up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? It's Bo." Bow, 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 bow. And he's fucking hilarious. He's great in that because he only pops up like once in a while as this crazy ass character.
Nice. Yeah, I like him in most of the things I see him in.
Yeah, and I thought he nailed this. I thought he nailed the I'm a Brotherhood of Steel. Fuck you. I'm the tough guy. Oh man, I got real. I guess this was bad. They're gonna kill me later. And like he's totally that character. Totally that weird character that this is going to be dangerous for me. Peace. And just is like, this is my life now.
He's going to be with the gun runners in season 2 or something.
Ooh, is that your prediction? I think he's definitely going to, I think he's definitely going to pop up in a faction.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what my theory is? I'm going to build on yours just a little bit. He might be in the gunners, or like Lucy or Maximus will be fighting raiders. And all of a sudden he pulls off his fucking mask, his sack hood with goggles, and his raider leathers, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing? How's it going?" Like that's my theory.
What if he's with the Kings?
He might be at the tops. Who knows?
He could be the guy at the fucking casino, White Society, whatever, White Glove Society.
They were the cannibals, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't there one that was just ghouls?
Yeah.
So maybe he's turning into a ghoul. All of a sudden he's the pit boss here, you know. He seems resourceful. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to be great. Season 2 is just going to be fucking wild to see what they do with New Vegas.
I'm excited. We're like House, I think, is going to come back.
He's dead.
Well, Mr. House, whatever, the computer program.
What are they going to do?
Head of Robco. Well, do you mean he's dead by the timeline of New Vegas? Because
yeah, this is after all the games, right?
Well, the game. What year does the show take place? Let me check here. There were some timeline discrepancies because
Well, the timeline that I saw was this takes place after everything.
so Shady Sands
That was from
blew up
1 and
in
2.
that blew up in the show timeline because they show that on a board somewhere that Shady Sands blew up in 2277.
Right.
And then Maximus said he was like 10 when that happened. Oh no, it was 2077 and they added 219 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2277 that Shady Sands blew up, but it had to be 2290 something.
2296. I just Googled it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes place. The show takes place in 2296. New Vegas took place, and those events took place in 2281.
Yeah, so this all just happened.
Yeah, about a little, whatever,
15
15 years
yeah.
ago. But that's the thing. We don't know. I mean, anything could have happened in that time. Like, whichever ending you went with of who's in charge. Like, it doesn't.
What's going to be canon?
Yeah, but it might, let's say the canon one was at the NCR one, the Hoover Dam, right?
Okay,
Even if that happened in 2281, it's still 15 years later. Like, it could have completely changed.
Oh, yeah. Because
So they might
that
say,
all takes
oh, yeah.
place in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want to talk about a couple scenes and stuff and maybe some plot holes because I think that'd be fun.
Okay, yeah, fucking shoot, let's do it.
I'm very confused about Bud and what his plan was.
Bud's Bud?
So he thought that when society just got restarted, the best people to take over would be people he trusted, and he put them all into cryogenic or whatever freezing technology and just released them whenever Vault 31 or 30 or 32 or 33 needed an overseer.
That's what I understood. He was just keeping society going, but why did they all seem to be alive at the end, 219 years later?
That's also what I was confused about. Like, how
Did they just start it? Did they figure out that there was civilizations out? I don't know.
I think so, because that was the thing that was a big moment for Lucy when she was led to believe her entire life that, there'd be Reclamation Day and all the Vault Dwellers would come to the surface and rebuild the surface. And
yeah, that's how 76 starts.
Yeah. And then they find out that people have already been here.
Yeah.
So Lucy's world kind of falls apart. All these characters go through huge changes. I think it was really cool how Lucy went from wholesome to battle hardened, and the ghoul went from this hard, unfeeling monster to someone who actually is trying to be who they were.
Yeah, he just remembers, oh shit, I used to be an all right person.
Yeah, he's like, I used to be all right. I'm trying to get my humanity back. Also, the other thing I don't understand about the ghouls, I don't understand the meds, because
the ghoul meds,
the ghoul med or whatever it is, we're led to believe that the ghouls in this universe are taking the chems to stave off becoming feral.
Yes.
But we don't get told that. We don't know that.
We don't know if he's just a lucky one that never goes feral and he's just addicted to chems.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm wondering. Is he just addicted? Is he never going to go feral? Do taking the chems actually do anything, or is that just what he says? Because he takes a shitload of the chems and goes on a bender, man.
Yeah, because when he is going to turn feral or whatever, when he's out of chems, he doesn't change. He just lays on the ground like he's fucking dying, like he's detoxing from heroin or some shit.
Yeah, it looks like he's dying of dehydration or who's to say he's coming off of a chem addiction.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I thought that was interesting. Because it doesn't make sense that any ghoul needs it to not become feral. It doesn't make sense because all the human beings, especially the Brotherhood, not all of them, but the Brotherhood and a lot of the factions want them, the ghouls completely gone. So why would they just not destroy all the factories or whoever's making the drugs?
Yeah, just keep the drugs away from them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just all die eventually. So why would these drugs keep being synthesized? I mean, I have no idea what the population looks like at this point, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, because when they do find him, he's buried underground in a grave, and he's got the chem drip,
which I guess is keeping him.
Which is yeah.
Can he hibernate? That's another thing I don't really quite understand.
Yeah, I don't know if that was some type of punishment that he was in right there. That was weird.
Yeah, or was it just him being I'm going to sit out the next 40 years? Or how does this work?
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
Or was he just like I don't know, was he just hurt so bad that he needed to rest and that was the safest place? Who knows?
It might have been he was in debt with somebody, and that's the best way to get your drugs guaranteed. I don't know.
Just wait it out. Just wait until they die, because eventually they're going to die in this crazy asshole
who the
world.
fuck knows, man?
But yeah, the big theme too from the season, like Lucy, Maximus, and the Ghoul, we kind of touched on this, but they all found out they were living a lie. Like Lucy found out that the vault system was completely made up.
Yeah.
Maximus found out pretty fast this tough guy brotherhood that he looked up to his whole life, that we're just all like cowards doing whatever they want, basically.
Yeah. Well, maybe he just got a shitty fucking night. I don't know.
That's true. I also thought like that whole dynamic between him and the boss guy, whoever.
Right. Yeah.
That actor who's in a billion things and we don't know his name off the top of our
Doesn't
head.
he like talk about how he feels like the Brotherhood's slipping?
Yeah, he feels like they're slipping and they're becoming, too wussy, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And he wants to lead with like an iron fist again. And he wanted Maximus to be his like muscle. But I felt like, Maximus was just a fucking apprentice. And all he did, what he did was wrong. Like he shouldn't have let Titus just die. But he did.
Yeah.
And then he took his shit. And then the old guy's like, look, your story was Titus died. I see that there are the marks on the chest, like the Yao Gai marks. Like I get it. There was an encounter, but he's not like convinced that that's exactly what happened. He's like, Maximus, yeah, I get it. You took what was yours.
Yeah. Like he knows who Maximus is.
I feel like he knows who Maximus is before Maximus knows who he is. Like I'm interested to see where that character goes.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Maximus is something other, like not just some kid who started remembering from opening a refrigerator.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I don't
like his family or someone played a bigger part in this whole thing.
I don't know. Why is he just the focus of that old dude? Because he's some kid they found. Like, does he think all the ones that were born into the Brotherhood are fucking garbage, and he thinks they need the outside blood to revitalize it? I didn't understand it.
So to bring both of our theories together, I think we're saying the same thing, that I didn't understand how he ascended those ranks so fast to the point where no one knew who he was. And then by the end of the first season, it looks like he's going to be running the muscle next season. You know what I mean? Like that transition was too fast.
Well, yeah, his friend that he went to boot camp with played a major role in that, though.
That's true, but that looks to me like another person just taking an opportunity.
Yeah, bootlicking.
Seeing it and then doing it and being like, oh shit, like, yeah, he did it. He was the one that killed him. Like, he's my bro. We're cool. He's going to be in charge.
Yeah,
like, that's okay if I'm not.
I'm going to be his scribe. He's the fucking knight. It's going to be cool shit.
And that's what I love about this universe, because you all right? Like,
yeah, that just freaked me out because the windows are open. It just like did like air suck to close the door.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a ghost or something.
No, it was a draft.
Okay. That's what I love about the story. The fact that you never know which characters in this show are doing something out of like pure self-interest just to keep surviving, or if they're motivated by something else. Because like it doesn't make sense that person's like, I forget what the friend's name was.
Yeah, it's the one that gets injured and can't become a scribe in the beginning. Or
Dane. There it is.
Yeah.
The character's name is Dane. It was the one who got injured, who I guess injured themselves.
Yeah. But
did they? Because they seem pretty psyched about it. And then I think that they might have just said, oh, no, he didn't do it. I injured myself. I was scared. I didn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. Just don't kill him right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was more like they were cowards. Like all the fucking Brotherhood are cowards.
It could be. Like, it could be that they're all cowards just out for themselves. But they're like, yeah, Brotherhood. Yeah, whatever.
That's why Titus is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, whatever. Just give me those meals. You know what I mean? Like,
give
absolutely.
Me the meals, give me the fucking sweet ass armor. Let me do what I want.
Have you seen what it's like out there? I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the army situation, which I'm sure there'd probably be a lot of people that would be into that.
Yeah, fucking makes sense.
That was fantastic. And I love that about the show. The other thing I wanted to talk about was that the world that Fallout is in, like where we're at, it's 2077 when the war starts, October.
Right.
And it's a very interesting version of 2077. It's a retro futuristic 50s. And I guess like people are trying to kind of suss this out and figure out why it's still so hard tied to the 50s.
There's something to do with like the capacitor or microchips or something.
Instead of making huge advancements in like chips and technology, they figured out power.
Yeah,
like
they did
fast.
the nuclear thing.
Yeah, nuclear and those fusion cores, which
Yeah.
power anything from a fucking set of power armor to a building.
Right. A whole vault, yeah.
Yeah, so they would pick them, they'd shove them in a car, and the car would never need gas, ever.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But it was a huge fucking boat because...
They needed that reactor or whatever.
Yeah, it was that the rest of the technology wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, I guess this is fine. But there was no like 60s, there was no counterculture, there was no... It was always like American exceptionalism.
Yeah, there's no Vietnam, dude.
Yeah, exactly. There's no Vietnam to be like, wait a minute, this is fucked.
Yeah.
Like the one YouTuber I watched said we were never face to face with our national sins. So then we just kept thinking the 50s were fucking awesome. Let's just keep doing this, right?
Yeah, right. That's all. It was just America. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Now, going with that, with, moving the story forward, it makes sense. All the vaults preserved that, or, a lot of the quote unquote normal vaults that weren't wild ass experiments preserved that world.
Right. How many of those were there?
How many vaults?
Yeah, it was 101. Was there an experiment there?
101 was from Fallout 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think that was one of the control ones.
Right?
So they didn't have an experiment. They just let them, gave them the actual protocol and let them live their lives.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. But how many were there that were actually like that,
I think...
Like 10?
And we got to talk about that too, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because the final scene of the show, or one of the big reveals for Walton Goggins' character, he's listening in on his wife. He's got a transmitter in his ear. She's at this what looks like a war room situation, and it's all these different heads of industries that have basically taken over the government. This
like
is
Mr.
also
House.
this is a scathing interpretation of capitalism. But it's like Robco's there. That's the Mr. House one. Vault Tech people are there, so on and so forth. All the big companies that were major players or villains in the Fallout universe.
Right.
And the Vault Tech reps, one of which is Walton Goggins' wife and the other one's Bud, they're pitching, if we all work together and figure this out, we'll give you spaces on the vaults and you can make whatever version of society you want to.
Right.
So what I don't understand is, first of all, there's like a bit of irony to the fact that they're all the ones in charge and they want to restart society. I thought that was interesting. Like, if you're already at the top, what are you rebooting?
Well, that was in case of a war, in case of a nuclear war, which they even allude to here, that it's not beneath them to drop the first bomb.
So that's also a question. They said because we'll drop the first bomb, but that didn't mean they did.
No, that was just, they could if they needed to.
I think a lot of people are saying that it's canon now that Vault Tech dropped the first bombs, and I'm like, they didn't say that.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be, I think they left it like that door slightly open.
Yeah,
so that
because
if the fans reacted real poorly, they could just change it or retro.
Yeah,
whatever,
they never said it
it
in the fucking game. Why would they say it in the first season of the fucking TV show? You know what I mean?
It didn't matter. Like that's not the point, right?
Yeah,
that wasn't the point. Who dropped the first bombs? Like, everything's gone. It doesn't matter. Whatever that old world was, it's fucking gone and destroyed.
Yeah, but you can make your own for the small cost of your soul.
Yeah, but I still don't understand quite why they would have hard rebooted society, but I guess it makes more sense if that.
Well,
if
that was
Vault
just
Tech
a way to
weren't
make
the
money.
ones. Well, that's true.
They can't
I mean,
lose
it had
that
to,
money.
But I guess in their world, because they were talking about how Vault Tech is like the biggest corporation in the world. It's like bigger than Amazon. Like, our analog would be Amazon. It's way bigger than that.
Is Amazon the biggest corporation?
I mean, they're up there, right?
Amazon, Apple. If they
Like, by what? By money or by people?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're a huge company that.
Well, there's conglomerates that are bigger, I'm sure.
Oh, like Alphabet, like Google's parent company.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It always ends up with them, doesn't it? Those
It
fucking
does.
bastards, right? Pieces of shit.
It's always someone behind it.
Yeah. And the other, there's also some plot holes I want to talk about, which I admittedly found from a YouTube video, and I'm sorry I didn't credit the person.
Fuck them.
So this is a question that I want to pose to you. I don't expect you to have an answer or a theory.
Oh, I'm going to
because
have an answer.
Okay, here we go. The scientist guy, Ben from Lost, the dude with the glasses,
The dog meat owner.
the original dog meat owner.
CX404 or whatever.
Exactly. So when he is introduced in the wasteland, he's sitting by the fire with Lucy.
Wiltzig. That's his name.
Wiltzig, okay. He's sitting by the fire with Lucy, and he knows about the McLeans, everything about them, but why would he?
It could have been his hobby.
I want to elaborate on this because he represents and is part of the Enclave, which is, for those of you that, if you're still here, thank you. But if you don't know who the Enclave is, real quick, they are the remnants of the old government, the ones who existed before 2077. They went into hiding. They survived since.
They're the
They
enemy.
believe they're the ones in charge. So he's one of them, but that's a whole different entity than Vault Tech.
Yeah.
So why would he know everything about the vaults? I guess you could say maybe he had like a spy in Vault Tech or whatever, and he could have got all the information.
You don't know. I mean, all that information could have been hacked after the fucking war. Could have been found anywhere. He could just be a fan of Vault Tech, just science, because they were all science experiments.
But like the argument the video makes is how did he know Lucy? Like specifically, how did he know he would run into her so he would know all about her family? Now,
He knows about the founders of
he might have known about, like Buds. He might have known about that and known the name. But that was the theory that was posed. But my theory is that he knows about who they are because of the fact that he blew up Shady Sands.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
Like that story of him blowing it up, destroying it because he was looking for his wife and daughter. It's I don't think it's crazy to think that he would have heard of who the what name of the wife and daughter.
No, maybe he only knows about that vault,
Maybe he only knows about those people. He can't
exactly
do this with any fucking vault member he finds.
He's like, oh, this was the story, because he has to know Moldaver.
Yeah,
I mean, that's who he's supposed to be going to.
that's the other thing that came up because when the vault first got raided by the raiders, who I guess I don't know why they were raiders. Why weren't the NCR? Because Moldover was part of the NCR, but I guess the argument the people online are saying like she hired raiders to do the job, so her own people wouldn't die.
Right.
Which makes sense. So whatever, I'll buy that.
And she just did it to kidnap him to get the password.
Yes, but the point I'm getting to, the confusing part is why didn't Hank recognize Moldover when she attacked the vault? Like, this was the woman who, I don't know, was really good friends or maybe more with his wife.
Yeah, it was like stealing your wife from you or whatever.
Yeah, like, I guess you could say maybe they never met, but he did nuke her entire town without ever knowing who she was.
He thought she was dead.
Maybe. He also didn't recognize her from before the war, before the bombs dropped. But she was, I don't think she was like this huge figure at the time. She was kind of just like the head of that chapter of, I guess, Marxists or communists, whatever they were calling them.
Well, then how did she survive? She was alive before
I still don't know. She was alive before the war.
Oh, yeah, she was from Voltec. No?
I don't think she was. No, you're thinking of Betty, the woman who would eventually
No,
be
that
the
one
overseer
was-
in
yeah.
Vault 101, because she was the receptionist for. You may not have caught that. I didn't catch it till I read about this. But do you remember the scene from 2077? Walton Goggins he has the earpiece in his head. He's walking in. He's being introduced, and the secretary's like, "You can wait in here."
Oh, yeah.
That secretary is supposed to be Betty, the same Betty that now runs Vault 32,
All right.
Lucy's vault. So she was one of Bud's eventually, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I still don't understand why Hank wouldn't recognize Moldover at all. Like, that's kind of, I don't know.
How did she get there?
That's the other great question. She must have been frozen, right? Or she's a ghoul, but why would she be a ghoul who doesn't look like any other ghouls?
Yeah. What was she doing before?
She was the woman that Walton Goggins back in 2077 went to the meeting with his friend.
Oh, yeah.
That was her.
Yeah. I don't get that.
Maybe we'll hear why, or maybe I just missed it.
Maybe
I
I
watched
missed it,
through
yeah.
it twice, but yeah, I don't know. The other two smaller nitpicks. There was that scene where the Brotherhood of Steel are going in. It's the final scene, leading up to killing Moldover, fighting the NCR. The Brotherhood of Steel show up. then the ghoul shows up and kills the power in the firefight, and it's really cool and dark, and then he's just shooting and killing everybody. But all the Brotherhood have headlamps. Like, why didn't anybody turn theirs on?
Why aren't they automatic?
Yeah, like, why aren't they automatic? Why aren't they, or at least turn them on? Or why didn't anybody else have a flashlight? Like, you think they'd have them on their guns. That was a smaller nitpick, but I'm willing to say, it was cool looking.
Yeah.
So I'll let that one go. But the other nitpick is a little bit bigger, because in the beginning of the beginning of the series, the ghoul fights Maximus in his power armor. He knows all about that one vulnerable part on the armor, but he doesn't try to shoot him there. He just shoots him in like the chest and head.
He doesn't want to kill him.
But why wouldn't he want to kill him?
Because he thinks
he doesn't know who he is. He's just some guy in power armor.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't mean he's just some fucking guy who's trying to save the day or whatever. So he's like, I'll just fucking incapacitate you. Because deep down inside, he's a decent person.
Yeah. Maybe. He did shoot that guy in the face with a shotgun. His head exploded. Shout out to the junk jet, by the way.
Yeah. Well, they were shooting at him.
They offered him a job. And he's like, I'm just going to go do the job and make the money, so later.
Oh, yeah. Well, he needed his drugs, man.
Running out of drugs. I also, like, it was totally a drug binge of Bender when he found all those chems at the Super Duper Mart. What do they call it? Is it the Super Duper Mart?
Yeah, Super Duper.
Yeah. And then he won this huge bender and woke up and got taken by the government, which I don't remember if that's a specific reference or thing they do in Fallout, but it certainly felt like it would have been.
The government?
Yeah, and there was that old dude who knows the ghoul and his 3 lackeys, and the ghoul kills everybody.
Right.
So there's also another lore mishap, which I don't know about, where in the Fallout universe, fiends were chem addicts.
Yeah.
Just anyone addicted to any chem. But in the show, Max said they're cannibals. Are they actually cannibals, or is it just that's what Max has been led to believe?
He might have only ever seen ones that were. They could be talking. They just could be calling them fiends. We don't know.
Yeah, just use as a blanket term, maybe.
Yeah, just like somebody who's going to fucking kill you and eat. I don't know. They look like drug addicts.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. But all right, let's move on to our predictions of what we think is going to happen in season 2.
All right.
Oh, then we can listen to this and we can come back and be like, were we right?
No.
Unless the world's over.
I never even thought about it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to see. I'd like to see more ghoul.
Oh, you got to see the ghoul.
We're going to see the ghoul. That's the most popular part of the show. The ghoul and Lucy are going after her dad.
Yeah, they're traveling together now.
Why is the ghoul going after him again?
Because he said there's always someone behind. War never changes, but there's always someone behind the scenes, and I want to meet that person.
He's looking for his wife.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wants to find his family, too. Yeah.
This is his best lead, right? So he's like, well, let's see where he goes. Let's see where this guy sneaks away to. And I guess they're going from Southern California to Las Vegas on foot. That's got to take time.
Well, he does it.
He does it. He does. He gets to it before the episode ends. He really ran. But yeah, so I would like to see, I think the NCR will still be here. I think they'll certainly have a presence in Vegas.
I want to see some Legion people.
Do you think we'll see, like, are the Legion the cons, or are they two different things?
Caesar's Legion.
Caesar's Legion and the cons. I have a funny feeling that either one of those will be omitted or they'll be like pushed into the same thing. I think they're too similar.
Yeah, I don't know how you can have Caesar's Legion. He dies at the end, right?
It depends on endings canon.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't know if I loved Caesar's Legion that much. They were
No,
all right.
It's wild. It'd be fun to see them. Just be like, hey, there's a little group of them or whatever.
Yeah, they should show up. I mean, also the gunners or the gun runners. I forget what they call them.
I think they were gun runners. I don't know.
They're a great generic bad guy. Raiders are always a great generic bad guy.
What about the Institute? Think they're going to show up?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we might hear about them, but I think we're going to mostly focus on Vegas. Like, I think it'd be weird if at the end of next season, after we spent a whole year in Vegas, that we move on to Boston, right? Like, that would be...
Yeah, but it's been 15 years since Vegas, and Boston happened. I don't know when that happened.
That's a good question. I'll check that out. But anyway, as you were saying...
I mean, it's not beyond possibility that they've made their way down there.
No. I mean, you can also mix in some of the Boston storyline. Yeah, like the
there's
railroad.
A lot from Fallout 4, or at least references to it.
I think because if you bring in the Institute, you got to bring in the Brotherhood. Have a relationship against them, and the railroad you'd have to bring in, or at least some kind of force against the bad guys. Or who knows? They could just make a brand new faction we've never heard of.
Yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, they're going to New Vegas, obviously, but
Yeah, the only thing that really what chapters got closed? Like, I guess Moldova,
yeah, she's dead. But now the Brotherhood, the Fission.
the Cold Fusion. Like, what are they
Cold
going to do
Fusion.
with that, for Christ's sake? I mean, they already have so much pre-war tech that they use for an advantage. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
But
They're gonna make Tesla armor.
maybe you think there'll be Tesla armor? That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I'd like to see the more variations that like came out in Fallout 4 of the Brotherhood of Steel armor, but I'm just glad they exist. I guess I shouldn't be too nitpicky if I don't see an Atom Cat's armor or a T60 or the MK2 or
Hey, I got
one
a
of the
new
weird ass-
Coca-Cola armor. Look at this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Nuka-Cola armor, Vault Tech armor. Like, that could be a great Easter egg in the back. Like, maybe one day they'll show some scenes from the. Do you think they might flash back to like the Great China-Sino War, where it's China versus America fighting in Alaska, like Operation Anchorage?
I don't know.
They could fly back or flash
I think
back
they
into
might
the
just be like,
ghouls.
fuck it, it's done with.
Maybe. I don't know. Like the flashback with half of the story of the ghoul happening, before the war. I think it's always a great narrative device to show how a character got somewhere. I think they used it great here because he's the only one we really got that with. But I don't know if I want to see it again. Like, I don't know if I want to see another season where we flash back to other previous important events in the Ghoul's timeline. Like, I just don't want to see another flashback season.
Yeah. No. We should flash out one time and it's like, oh, this is all happening in America. The rest of the world just went on its merry way.
Yeah. They saw this as an opportunity to just kind of ignore and cut out America. They're like, this is fine. This is fine.
That'd be fun.
And they signed a pack that, because I did see Todd Howard very recently in the news said that Fallout's never going to leave the U.S.
No. Yeah. It's totally, it's America, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I'd love to see? But I don't know. I don't know if it'll happen. If it happens, it might be a little cheap, but I'm totally fine with it. Liberty Prime.
Really?
I would love to see Liberty Prime walk like this big fucking mech walking through saying better dead than red and like blasting his laser
Did it
at things.
survive the battle?
No, I think you blew it the fuck up in Fallout 3. I don't think it survived. But whatever. Maybe there's a Liberty Prime too. I want to see a big robot that shouts American propaganda. Fight for the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, I'd watch that. That'd be fucking sick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Lucy... wonder what's in the cards for Lucy. I mean, she's already gone from being a naive person to a complete and total badass.
Yeah, but what does she want now? Just her dad?
I guess she wants revenge. What else? I mean, she found her mom and saw how that went, and now she knows she can never trust her dad. So
yeah.
I guess she's going
Well, what does
to
what
kill
does
him?
Goggins say to her? Like, don't you want to see your maker or something like that?
I don't even know. Like, maybe figure out more of the mystery.
Yeah, he's like, don't you want to see why you were fucking brought up in a vault when the rest of the world was still going?
Yeah, don't you want to figure out why you were lied to your entire life? I'm going. So if you want to come,
Yeah, that would be a cool game.
just the Ghoul and Lucy together.
Yeah, they don't even make a season 2, just
Yeah,
make it a new game.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the adventures of the Ghoul and Lucy. I want
Yeah.
to make that very clear. That's going to be sick. And I think Maximus is going, like, I think Maximus could go a lot of different ways. Like, is he going to, get a taste of this Brotherhood of Steel power and be like, this is kind of fucking great. I'm just going to keep going with this. Or is he always going to be that good person and, like, try to kind of make his way back to Lucy? Like, what's going on with him? Could go anyway, but
I don't know, man. I think Lucy might be the first woman he's ever touched.
yeah, I think he got part of that vault life and is like, holy fuck, that exists. We should be doing that. And the Brotherhood of Steel, maybe he'll like kind of use the Brotherhood of Steel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To get
just
to his
use the
own ends.
power to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, which, I'm sure all the Brotherhood of Steel are doing. That's probably what Titus was doing.
Yeah, obviously.
Or maybe he'll just go full villain. And at the very end, he apologizes to Lucy at the end of season 9. Dying in her arms.
He
like
becomes
fucking,
the new head of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, we fast forward 60 years.
Yeah.
Well, 60 is probably too many. Fast forward like 30 years and he's in a robe. Ooh, what if that's what happens? They just do some crazy shit where they fast forward like 40 years. We don't even deal with Lucy. That'd be something.
No, let's just see what's happening with Kyle MacLachlan.
And then they unfreeze an identical Kyle MacLachlan. And it's just a Kyle MacLachlan vault.
Yeah, when they showed all those frozen bodies, it was just Kyle MacLachlan's, man.
Yeah, they were just Kyle MacLachlan's. That'd be awesome.
Whoa, that would be such a twist.
That would be a twist. That'd be an X-Files type shit. That'd be awesome. Also, we didn't even talk about it much, but I liked her brother, Lucy's brother. What was his name?
Oh yeah, Norm.
Norm. That's right. Norm McLean, played by Moises Arias. Arias? Sorry if I got that wrong. But he was fantastic. Like, he started as this kind of like, I don't know, kind of a dweeb, kind of a dork, you know?
Yeah, he's just a fucking nerd, dude. Why do you think
He's in
his
the computers.
hacking skills were so high?
Yeah, exactly. And then by the end of it, he's like breaking into fucking vaults with fraud, you know, lying to computer systems, which turned out to be Bud's brain, but that's funny. So fuck him.
Yeah, but now he's stuck.
Now he's stuck in that vault. So did he go to sleep, or at some point did someone try to find him? Like, are we going to later get that other dude, Chet, the guy who was the total coward and moved to the other vault? And it's like, oh, you know, this is just good. I'm a wuss. I know. That's why I'm
and
in a
he's
vault.
like, hey, I'm getting pussy now though.
Yeah. I should see what Norm's up to, and he can't find him. And then he's like, oh, I gotta find him. Like, that doesn't seem like Chet. I think it's pretty clear
It
that's
might
not what Chet's
be.
gonna do. He could. I don't know.
And then he finds out about that woman he's living with, that she came from that place.
Yeah. I think that, what's his name? Woody, the dude from Severance with the glasses. He lost the overseer election. Remember that guy? And he like freaked out and then it was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think he might keep looking for answers.
You think?
Like, I think maybe because he lost the election. He's like, that's odd. And then he gets kicked out. I don't think that's gonna sit well with him. I think he might
He
be a
knew
little
he
unrest.
was losing. Everyone just votes for fucking 31, dude.
I know, they're just, you know, they're planting seeds. It doesn't matter who they vote for. It's gonna be one of the managers. But I think he might be a little resentful and might be like, let's see, this doesn't seem above board. Let's go check this out. And maybe he's the one who finds Norm. Who knows? Or Norm just goes to sleep and he shows up to like the final season. Well, that'd be a wild twist.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We're all like, hey, guys, we're halfway through season 4, and they never Norm, is he dead? Did they unfreeze him? Is he frozen? They're just like, we're not gonna tell.
Are Bud's still around? What's going on with that?
We just kind of abandoned that whole plot line. It seemed important. You left on a cliffhanger.
Are they giving him new fucking masters? What's going on here?
It could also be a thing where it's like, hey, Bud, open the door. I'm going to stomp on your brain. And that's going to be the fucking end. And he's like, okay. And then he opens the door. It could go either way. It's the Fallout universe. It could be just that silly.
Like, they didn't show him going into the pod, did they?
No. They just showed him closing the door and being like, I got you in here.
He's got
Have
a
fun
fucking
waiting.
high hacking skill. He should be able to.
Yeah,
figure
he's
it
at
out.
least expert, right?
Yeah.
At least. But yeah, that's the show. We talked about it.
Wow.
I'm excited for more. I liked it. I think overall, I watched it twice. The first time, I totally fanned out and loved it.
Right.
And I was
same.
like, was it good though? Like, was it a good show, or am I blinded by the video game eyes? And I watched it again. And I'm like, no, I think it's actually a pretty good show. I think the character development was good.
Yeah.
I think everyone's on
Yeah.
their journeys and they all make sense. The fact that they used the dude's head as kind of like the MacGuffin for everybody to go after. It's nothing like new or different that like this has been a thing before. This is like every Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
MacGuffins out there. But it's a tried and true thing that movies use, and it was enough to make me interested in the world and the characters.
Yeah,
So-
now what's going to be the MacGuffin next season?
I guess still the cold fusion, or the cold fusion's going to be held by somebody and everyone has to do something to get it.
The Brotherhood has it now.
That's right, the Brotherhood has it. I spaced out. I thought Hank had it.
Yeah, like what are they going to do? They're just going to be like, oh, okay. Well, the Brotherhood has it. They'll use it for good.
Will they?
Yeah.
What if that's the whole season, like them raiding New Vegas?
Well, somebody says it to Maximus. It's like you can change it though. Like it's like you're going to be part of the Brotherhood, but you can make change in the Brotherhood.
Yeah, kind of like, I'm just joining them to like fuck them up from the inside, you know?
Yeah. You do a lot more damage in the system.
Exactly.
Fucking SLC punk, bro.
I didn't sell out. I bought in. That's still one of my
Exactly.
favorite fucking quotes. It's fantastic. Do you think the ghoul's ever gonna find his wife? I mean,
What are the odds she's still alive?
this is the thing, and I was thinking about this. So what you're saying is, if Vault-Tec did drop the bombs, that means that one of their most senior people was like comfortably sitting in a vault while their husband and child died.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's. Vault-Tec could have dropped the first bomb, not knowing when retaliation would have occurred.
Maybe. I mean, it's also odd. Like, you have to think, did Vault-Tec drop the bombs? Because all of Bud's buds were ready to go, you know? So it's...
Were they? Or did they evacuate
question,
to
too.
that vault to be frozen?
Like, when they showed that vault and all the pods and everything that were in there weren't that many. Like, it didn't go down a tube forever. It didn't show any other tubes. I don't remember how many there were. Some nerd, I'm sure, counted it. But
Yeah, a bunch
many
of them
Bud's
were
buds
already
are
thawed.
yeah, they were thawed, and you could see it going through, like, the terminal. Because they had to... Bud's buds had to last, like, 200 years.
Yeah.
And Kyle MacLachlan's, like, probably been there, what, at least as old as Lucy was.
Yeah.
I
I don't know how long he's been
30 years,
overseer
maybe?
or anything.
Yeah, they don't say. Just he was there for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the second season. I don't really need to see any more of, like, in vault worlds. I would like to see, like, vaults get, like, them crossing the country or getting to New Vegas or whatever and seeing, like, abandoned vaults or vaults that have been turned into, like, marketplaces or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we can still use those sets is what I'm saying. We don't need to throw those out yet.
You don't think they should just do side stories on their trek there? Like, hey, let's check out this vault.
That'd be awesome. If there's, like, a 3-episode arc
Yeah, exactly.
where they just go kill Death Claws.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see Death Claws, dude. We're going to see. They had the Death Claw skull at the end of the episode.
Dude, they had an Assaultron in like the first or second episode.
That's right. They had a dead Assaultron. Like, they never showed a
Yeah.
fighting one. Oh, man, that'd be sick.
Yeah, for
In
real.
the game, they're so annoying. They're terrifying. They go so fast and, like, spin weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. And they take a lot of bullets if you don't have the correct ones, you know?
That's true. They do. They're tough enemies.
Yeah. I want to see Cazador, motherfucker.
Oh, those motherfuckers. Or what was the mosquito thing? The blood bug? Those fucking things. Any of the flying enemies in Fallout were no joke, except for maybe the bloatflies. They kind of suck.
Yeah.
But everything else is like could kill you.
Dude, a blowfly could shoot you from fucking 600 feet away.
Yeah. And they're the size of fucking NBA basketballs. Like, they're huge.
Yeah.
Although I think there's a good question. Let's end this out on the cooldown topic here.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Fallout animals. Well, first of all, before I get into that, the main animal mutated thing they had in the show was it the Gupper? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Gulper?
Gulper? What was that from? I don't recognize that from 3 or 4.
I don't know. I've seen it. Was it 76? Was it 1, 2? I don't know. Gulper.
I'm bringing it up on the official Fallout wiki, so we'll get to the bottom
Yeah,
of this.
okay,
Don't
there you
you
go.
worry. They're found on the East Coast. They're originally salamanders. Where'd they come from, though?
Where do we first see
Oh, Far Harbor in Fallout 4 is where we first see them.
them? Oh,
And then they're in Fallout 76.
There you go.
They're mutated hellbender salamanders. So wait, they weren't on the West Coast? Then how'd they get in this game? Doesn't matter. I would have liked to see a Mirelurk. That would have been cool. But if you had to fight a wasteland monster, first off, which one would you want to fight?
Okay.
Like, which one do you think you could take? Like, out of all of them, which one could you take down? And then what would be your least favorite, or some of your least favorites?
Rad Scorpion would be probably one of my least favorites.
Yeah, that's like a scorpion the size of like a Great Dane. Like, those things are fucking huge, bigger than that.
No, yeah, they're bigger than you and some of them, like the legendary ones. Fuck.
They're
that.
bigger than like lions.
Dude, scorpions can move real fucking fast.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like any of the oversized bugs. I don't like bugs as a concept. Nevertheless,
No.
these oversized ones.
I wouldn't want to fight a Cazador. I wouldn't want to fight a Death Claw. I wouldn't want to fight a Yao guy.
A Yao guy is effectively a much larger, more terrifying bear. And I don't want to fuck with a normal bear. I want to fuck with a baby bear, if we're being honest with ourselves here. I don't think I could take any of those. And a Death Claw? Fuck, man. Just kill me quick. Like, I don't...
If I wouldn't want to see a fucking rad roach either, dude.
Yeah, those things. Like, football or bigger size roach. Oh, the legendary ones are like the size of fucking dogs.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Or what were the ants called?
I don't remember. But I remember there being two sizes, like one big one that was the size of like a cat and a smaller one that was still the size of like a fucking softball. They weren't small.
Yeah. Which one would I like to fight?
If you had to pick one.
If I had to, I'd take a Brahmin.
Their version of a cow?
Yeah,
That's the
man.
one you'd
If I had to fight one.
That seems like the only one that's not hostile. I'll take one of those the rad stags. One of those things. Their version of a deer.
Yeah. They just run at you and then right through you.
Oh, yeah, that probably has a much better chance of killing me than a Brahmin. I'll say that. But Brahmin was taken. We should just do a draft of fucking wasteland creatures.
I'd like to look at a list of them because I feel like I'm missing one. That's super easy.
There are probably so many more. I mean, what are the vermin ones? Not the vermin ones. What am I talking about?
Rats.
No,
Rats?
the ones that are they look like moles.
Fuck, man.
Mole rats. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Oh, the
it's sitting
rats, the
right there.
moles.
I said, they're not rats, but they look like moles. Wow. Sorry, there were people fucking screaming mole rat there.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, I can't wait to see a super mutant.
Oh, I forgot about them. How are they? Hopefully they're not all dead. That'd be a bummer.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that one of the endings of 3 where you can do the FEV and make them all sterile or something like that? Am I thinking of Bioshock 2? Not Bioshock 2. Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, you can do something. Well, that's like the evil one to pump into the water supply. FEV.
That's right. That's probably not canon though, right?
No, I don't know.
Oh, Centaur. I forgot about those centaurs. What the fuck are they?
I don't know. I guess I'd flight a bloatfly if I had to choose.
I would have let you have Brahmin, man. That would have been hilarious, but you'd have to use your fists. I'll give you a power fist. You can use a power
Yeah,
fist.
all right. I could punch a fucking Brahmin to death eventually.
I think that's a button. That's a fun phrase. I think you could too. I believe in you.
Thanks.
If you could have one weapon from the Fallout world, what would it be?
The Gobi fucking scout rifle
That's a good one.
from New Vegas.
That's a real good one. I don't like any weapons in any Fallout as much as I like the ones in New Vegas. I think they did it the best.
Yeah, I liked how there was a lot of different weapons, but they all had one named one.
Yeah, and they were all like, you could make a case for using most of them. Like there were none that were just completely worthless. Like Fallout 4, I'm level 25. I haven't used a pipe rifle since level 2. Like there's no reason to ever use the pipe pistol or pipe rifle or any of those.
Yeah, well, you use it when that's all you got in the beginning. But yeah.
Sure, but the second I find something else, I still run into a billion of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that stands out.
About the show, like at all?
No,
Or
like
about
weapons
animals?
from the.
Oh, weapons. That's right. We're still talking about that. I like the Cryolator. That'll be my pick.
Nice. Yeah.
The one that's the reverse fucking fire thrower, fire flamer. I guess that's what they call them.
Yeah. It's like liquid nitrogen thrower.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Just because there's not much like it. I also got
Oh, the Lincoln repeater.
Oh, that's right, the Lincoln repeater. Oh, I forgot about that. I remember barely making it through that fucking building to get that.
Oh, yeah. It's such a fucking good gun, but it needed 44 ammo, which was limited in the game or something.
Yeah, you had to buy it every time you saw it, and I remember it not being the most expensive ammo, but it wasn't cheap.
No, yeah. And there was only so much of it.
So, dude, Fallout 3, I still remember 2 things. One, you guys telling me to immediately get the Lincoln repeater, and using the junk jet forever early game. I used the junk jet a long time because I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find ammo or I was bad with the ammo.
You're just getting rid of weight in your backpack too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I could have also just not known how to use VATS. So,
That's fair.
who knows? But man, I'll tell you what, I went back to Fallout 4. I've been playing it for a while. I'm enjoying it. I'm not bored with it yet. I did get bored. You'd be careful if you mess with the mods. Just make the game too easy. It's kind of boring, but I don't know. They released that whole new trophy set for PS5. I think I'm going to go for it. See how far I get. If I get bored, I'll stop.
I might have to play it now.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. And you can also go to Creation Club and claim some things. They also have some free packs like the Wasteland Wanderer. So you can get a 40 mil grenade launcher.
Ooh.
That's fun. Yeah, those are real fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess we'll call it there unless you have anything. Go watch the show. That's our recommendation. It's good.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up like a.
There you go. Thumbs up. If it's bigger than the black, you get it. You get it. War never changed. All that shit. If you like this, you like more episodes, you want us to talk more about this show or other shows, where would they send an email asking for those topics, or Chump Slap?
Well, send it to plottytime@gmail.com. And if you like this, man, try the regular show. It's at least 0.5% better.
At least 0.5. We'll give Dr. Scientist the 0.5% boost. If they want to get to us faster on the socials, Dr. Scientist isn't here. Where do we go for those?
Well, we do that on Twitter, No, we don't do that.
No, we don't. We do not.
I don't know what.
nowhere near X.
What you guys do.
At Plottytime on Instagram and Threads. You can also go to the Reddit. See if. Oh, I haven't checked the post. I've been talking a lot of shit about you guys not getting enough votes for the Smell-O-Vision.
They're still lacking hard.
Well, oh, is it that bad? Well, whatever. I'll check it later. I'm in the middle of the outro. So you can also go to our eBay store, plottytime.com, buy stuff there. It helps us out. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. That about does it for me and Chump Slap. So as always, shout out to Blaine JJ, Drago the Slamo, Gamers Little Playground, I am Panax, and Luis Guzman. Don't ever trust Dr. Scientists, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.